All right, everybody. Welcome, everybody, to the game of the week here for MU Week 17. I'm your boy, Snipes. We got my man, Black Phoenix, in the building. We got Philly Guy in the building. I'm going to say what's up to y'all real quick, but I will say that these guys have already started up. So we're going to go ahead and get to the game. They are just about to kick off here. But again, first off, let me say what's up to my guy, Black Phoenix. Phoenix, what's good, brother?
What's good, Snipes, man? I'm excited to call this one, man. How you doing?
I'm excellent, most definitely. And my guy, Philly Guy, what's good, brother?
Hey, I'm hanging in there, brother. You know how them Yankees do.
Man, stop talking about why would you even bring them up right now? Like, this is the stuff I'm talking about. Like, why would you even bring them up, man? This is a great day. Now you're going to bring up old
sad. I'm feeling myself. I'm sad, bro.
You ain't the only one that's sad right now, man. You ain't. But listen, you know what? I ain't even talking about it no more. I'm gonna leave that alone. All right. So look. Check this out. So obviously we got Dimes. Obviously we got Bronco. All right. So I want to get first off. I want to get Philly's conversation on this here. What do you think about this game? You think Dimes gonna take this one, or will Bronco shock the world here today?
Well, to be honest, I fully expect for Dimes to take this game. This is a statement game. This is a message game. It's personal. A lot of times we don't talk about that, but we know there's been bad blood between the two of them for a couple of years now. So definitely expecting for Dimes to make a statement. No quarter asked, none given. Game of Thrones, House of the Dragon, call it what you want. It's going down tonight.
Black Phoenix, what you thinking about this game, man? Who you think is going to take this one?
Hey, man, I got to ride my crew, man. UMC in the building. Stand up, Wolves up right now. I'm going with my boy Bronco, man. Let's get it.
Okay. So he going with Bronco in this. So we'll see what happens in this game, man. 1st and 10, starting here at the 26-yard line. And Murray's going to get it here to Brown, and nothing on the play there. So good start here on defense for the Falcons. We'll bring it now to a 2nd down 11. We'll talk stats and more in regards to this. But, guys, we're about to hit the playoffs here for the Madden Underground League, man. So, I mean, do you see, obviously, Dimes is going to make the playoffs. It looks like Bronco might make it as well, too. And we'll talk about those in just a minute. Matter of fact, we'll talk about it right after this play right here. 2nd down at 11 as Murray's going to throw this up, and Brown is right there for the catch, but it's out of bounds. And that'll bring it now to a 3rd down and 11 here at the 25 here, Black.
Yeah, Marquise Brown trying to get a little loose right there. And that's the thing about when you play against this formation, you can't play too much zone against it. Otherwise, you're going to give up big plays, and Bronco almost gave that one up.
Indeed, he did. So I know we kind of jumped in here real quick because we were setting stuff up here quick. So Philly, obviously, I'm going to call your name when I want to hear your loud mouth. And
oh, you already know when I'm coming in.
Already know it.
Go ahead, brother.
Already know it. 3rd down and 11 here at the 25-yard line. And got Kyler Murray here, obviously. And the one thing I noticed about Dimes as well, too, and I'll talk about it in just a second. Nice little stop and go, but what defense already? And big play right there by Bronco. And it's going to be a 1st and 10 here at the 40-yard line. And I'm sorry my replay didn't get started here, Phoenix.
Hey, that was great defense by Bronco, man. Speaking of stats, man, Bronco #1 against the pass. So coming up with a great stop right there. And, again, that's the thing about Dimes. The one thing I wanted to see in this matchup is how serious is Dimes going to take Bronco. We know Dimes can sometimes be a little bit more tricky and flashy. And that might cost him sometimes. But, again, against Bronco, against this grudge match, I want to see if he gets a little bit more serious and a little bit more crisper. At that time, not successful.
Exactly. So 1st and 10 here at the 40. Philly, what'd you think about that defensive play there by Bronco? You surprised?
You know what? I'm not surprised. Just like Phoenix said, this man basically #1 against this pass. What is surprising to me is that since both of these teams are going to the playoffs, are we really going to see the best from what they've got, or are they going to be running some vanilla offenses? That's what I want.
Well, we're going to find out soon, but here we go. Bronco getting the football this time for the first time today in great field position here at the 40-yard line. 1st and 10. Let's see what he does here. Looks like he might try to run a lot of clock out running the football here today. Brings Fursker in motion. Is going to hand it off here to Patterson, and he will go down to the 37-yard line, a 3-yard gain on the play. It's going to be a 2nd down and 7, Phoenix.
Yeah, and we talked about it in pregame. You know, Bronco loves these 2 tight end sets. You see the gun deuce close come into play, and they obviously switched over to the single back wing flex. Trying to run that stretch. Bronco not really the greatest with the run game right there. 24th in rushing yards. So see how he goes against Dimes defense.
See what he does here on 2nd down and 7. 5 minutes remaining here in the first quarter. Let's Drake London here in motion. Making a lot of adjustments here, obviously, and Ritter back for the pass here again, and he gets hit, and a tip drill interception caught by Sanders. Big play already. Philly, that looked crazy indeed.
You know, as you see here on the replay, the pressure came from the outside, and Bronco got a little bit greedy. I don't know what he was thinking. I'm sure he saw that the safeties were closer to the line of scrimmage and knew that the blitz was coming. But I felt he got a little bit too greedy, held on to the ball just a little bit too long.
And the one thing you can't do against Dimes is get greedy, indeed. So 1st and 10 here, and here comes that spread offense getting to work here as Connor will get the tote here and gets about 4 on the pass. 2nd down to 6 here, Phoenix.
Yeah, and I'm going to be interested to see how Bronco defends this spread offense, something that I run in the crew, and Broncos watched plenty of games where I've ran this offense. Again, me and Dimes kind of run similar stuff, but a little bit different. It's going to be interesting to see how Bronco defends the spread.
Let's see what happens here on 2nd down to 6 here at the 45-yard line. Murray barking him out here once again, has everybody spread out, and great protection, and look at that. If that is what happens, what can Brown do for you? Score! Big-time touchdown.
And that's just too easy for Marquise Brown right there. Again, one of the fastest receivers in the game, short in the league coming into play right there. And that's just too easy. You can't play man-to-man coverage against Marquise Brown expected to be successful right there. Last time got a little bit successful with the interception. This time, Marquise Brown makes a pay.
Wow, all that protection right there, Philly. He had a whole. He could have made a whole Philly cheesesteak and everything, man. Smoked something and then got right back on the field, and still had time to throw that football, man. That was a fantastic, fantastic drive right there already here for Dimes. He's already up now, 7-0 in this one, Philly.
Yeah, you know, he's still got time in the pocket as we speak. I would like to see Bronco maybe switch off of that crossing route to take the other route coming across the field, but he's number 1 in pass defense, so I'm sure he's going to make the adjustment.
Let's see what he could do here. 1st and 10 here at the 22. And the stretch play is going to go to the right here, but he cuts it inside instead there with Cordell Patterson. He'll get about 2 yards on the play there, so a 2nd down and 8 here coming up. 4 minutes left here in the first quarter, and again, a 7-0 ball game, and I'm intrigued to see at this point here how Bronco is going to be able to respond here, Phoenix, after that big touchdown.
Yeah, and I misspoke earlier about the rushing yards. He's actually 9th in rushing yards in the league. But the thing about Bronco is it's going to be interesting. If he gets down enough, does he go guns tight, offset tight end with the Saints offense, or will he continue to stay with the 2 tight end sets?
We'll see what he does here on 2nd down and 8. And he's going to get a completion there to Drake London down to the 37-yard line. So a 1st and 10. Now here at the 37. So I like what he's doing here already. I know it's only a couple of plays here, Philly, but I like what he's doing here already and just kind of slowing the game down a little bit here.
Yeah, you know, Phoenix was talking about it earlier, but when he's in those twin tight end sets or he's in any type of 2 tight end formations, it gives him a little bit more pass protection. And Dimes has to be careful, otherwise he can get burned over the top for a big play.
Indeed, here, 2nd down and 10 after no gain on the last play there. Let's see what happens here. He's going to come out here in the gun set once again and puts London in motion. A lot of barking right here right now for Bronco, and finally hikes it out. And for all that barking, there is no bite as there's an incomplete pass. And that'll bring it out on 3rd down and 10 here, Phoenix.
Yeah, and then Philly kind of mentioned it, you know, having the safeties all the way up in the box. You know the blitz is coming. At that time, unable to make the throw right there. And again, Ritter doesn't have any abilities. He has that hidden development trait. Does have the X factor, but no abilities to really help him. That time, Don's playing great defense, forced inaccurate.
So here we go, 3rd down and 10 here at the 37-yard line. And again, just doing a lot of barking and throwing it up, and this time that ball is tipped in the air, broken up, incomplete. Ritter only 1 completion on the day here today, 4th down and 10, and I think he might want to punt it out. I mean, I know this is Madden Underground. These guys go for it, but I think he might want to punt it with a guy like Dimes here, Philly. I mean, what say you?
Well, you know what? I think he has a play that he's going to go to. I know he wanted to have a shorter down and distance, but he really doesn't want to get behind. And I agree with Phoenix. I want to see what happens as the time goes on and he feels the pressure beginning to build. And if he stays under center and continuing to run the ball.
So we'll see 4th down and 10 here. B-Guard, thank you so much for letting me know, brother. I'm going to definitely fix that right now. I thought everything was good. I appreciate you letting me know what's going on with that. 4th down and 10 here at the 37-yard line. And Ritter back for the pass here. He's going to throw that up, and that is caught at the 48-yard line. Big play right there to get the 1st down on the play. Calvin Ridley with a big 15-yard gain here, Phoenix.
Yeah, just smoked this defender right there on that corner route. Able to get great separation, great possession catch, able to get 2 toes down, toe drag swag, and that's going to be a 1st down for Bronco.
1st and 10 here now to 48, 2:10 remaining here in the 1st quarter. And a timeout going to be called here. I'm going to try to fix the little bit of echo I believe that you guys have currently right now. So I'm going to see if I could fix that here real quick and get that squared away. But 1st and 10 here at the 48-yard line. Let's see what Waller had. He's going to put Waller in motion, it looks like, here for a moment. Decides not to, and hands it off here to Patterson. Breaks to the outside left, and that's another big 1st down. So down to the 35 as the clock will stop here. And he's in field goal range at the very least now. Let's see what he can do here, Philly. 1st and 10 here at the 35.
Yeah, I like his commitment to the run game. Dimes is not disguising the blitz. You can clearly see that they're in man coverage. And Bronco has been patient, and he's been moving the ball effectively on this drive.
1st and 10 here at the 35. He's going to hand it off here to Patterson, and Patterson will go down. That'll bring it now to a 2nd down and 14 now. And let's see. Hey, Philly, do me a favor. Do me a favor, Philly.
Tell me.
Thank you. That's what I wanted to know. 2nd down and 14. I wanted to see if I could hear you. I wanted to see if I could hear you real quick.
Stop playing mind games with me, man. I'm locked into this game right now.
I know. I need to stop. I really do. 2nd down and 14 here at the 39. And Ritter is going to get hit on the play here. That'll bring it now to a 3rd down and 14 coming up here at the 39-yard line. And I tell you what, Phoenix, man, this 3rd down here is going to be very important. I know it's only the 1st quarter, but I think this 3rd down is going to be real crucial here for Bronco.
Yeah, can't afford another turnover right there. Again, Dimes sending that pressure with that overstorm break. J.J. Watt, you see in the middle of the defensive line, lighting up with that double or nothing ability. And again, Bronco in field goal range can't take himself out of it. Otherwise, I think this might be an early GG's.
And talk about GG's here. This is something that we definitely can't do right here, is we can't keep showing those because he has commercials. So we we can't show those. We can't do that. No, we can't do that here. We can't do that. So, so obviously you guys see our little beautiful faces here while they're on commercials right now. B. James, I know you can hear us here in here as well, too. You don't have to say anything, but if you can, let him know if possible. I don't know if he could turn off the commercials somehow or whatever, but we're probably going to get a lot of those if he doesn't turn them off. I know everybody's trying to get paid. I understand. Everybody's trying to get paid, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what Twitch does. So I understand. So my guy Philly is in the building, as you can see right here. Philly in the building, and then you got my guy right here in the building, Black Phoenix in the building. So if you don't know who we are, this is Black Phoenix, Philly. Yeah,
Get it
Black
right,
Phoenix,
please.
Philly.
Get it right.
and Brian James in the back in the background talking smack. I don't want to hear your mouth, Brian. I don't want to hear your mouth, sir. You should be on the call with us. That's what you should be doing. What y'all think about that? Should Brian James be on the call with us too?
Yeah, why not?
No.
He should be, right?
It seems a bit crowded in there.
It's a bit crowded.
You guys got like a little soup kitchen thing going on right now.
Oh, see, Lord, here we go.
Dirty Mike and the boys.
Oh my gosh. So 1st and 10 here at the 35. When this first quarter ends, I'm gonna need my guy Black Phoenix to take over for a moment though, because I'm gonna fix this stuff I need to fix here. But a 1st and 10 here at the 35-yard line is gonna be caught at the 43. A 2nd down and 2 coming up here. It's gonna come out in the no huddle, and Murray again here in the gun set. This time he's gonna hand it off here to Raheem Mostert, and he will get down at the logo to midfield at the 50. And that'll do it here for the first quarter. 7-7 ball game. Dimes and Bronco, what a game here so far. So good here, Phoenix.
7-7 match going into the second quarter here. And again, it's going to be interesting to see the chess match. Again, we kind of alluded to this earlier. Are we going to see the best offenses, or are we going to kind of see some vanilla stuff? Right now, looking like their best going into the second quarter.
So let's see what happens here. 1st and 10 here at the 50. Right after this call, Phoenix, I'm going to let you take over for a moment so I can fix this audio and make sure everything is straight with it. B. James, you need to listen to the audio too and let me know when I'm good. And you can say right here on air, it is what it is. 1st and 10 here at the 50. And Murray will get tackled on the play there, but he does get the ball out. It's going to be a 2nd down and 10 here, Phoenix.
Yeah, again, holding on to the ball too long right there. By Dimes. And again, if you're Kyler Murray right now, you want to get the ball out quick and fast. That time holding the ball a little bit too long.
And you can take over for one moment.
Yep. And as we can see right there, great completion right there. Kyler Murray, 1st down Philly. And it looks like Dimes is going a little bit up-tempo, no huddle here.
Yeah, that's one of the most important aspects of the spread offense is you have to have a mobile quarterback. And he does. And we haven't really seen Kyler Murray get out of the pocket. Dimes is making reads and trying to attack those seams, even though he got sacked there on the play.
Yeah, and that was a great sack by Wharton, 2nd and 15. Again, Dimes basing out his gun spread playbook. For those that don't know what offense this is, going out of trio offset week, that's his base, as he's going to hand it off to Mostert right there. And that's going to be a 1st down right there. Big play right there. And again, going more no huddle here. And Don's going up against this bunch open offset, signed to audible here. It's going to be the gun double stack. Once again, gun double stack here. As he takes the snap here, it looks like he's going verticals with a wheel route. Kyler Murray throws it, and that's going to be a touchdown right there. Arizona Cardinals, DeAndre Hopkins. And that was a little bit too easy right there, Philly. Nobody home to defend DeAndre Hopkins.
Yeah, that was extremely easy. I would have liked to see Bronco call a timeout because Dimes recognized that he kind of had the advantage, went with the no huddle, and then just hit Bronco with a whole bunch of audibles, and there was nothing he could do about it outside of calling a timeout and maybe putting some coverage in to help him out when Dimes went to that double stack formation.
Yeah, great point right there. Again, this spread book is one of the most killer books against zone coverage in the game. That time, Bronco going the cover 3 sky, really costing them right there. Again, DeAndre Hopkins, as you guys will know, DeAndre Hopkins does not have superstar abilities. Instead of going with a regular star, so you're not going to see him light up too much against Bronco here. As we see Bronco coming out in this gun tight offset. I mentioned this earlier. Bronco starts getting down. He starts going to this particular set, going down to audible, down to the single back close. Looks like he's going to run the ball here as Ritter hands off to Patterson. Patterson, nice cut right there. Big play right there. Tries to get it blocked by really doesn't get it. And that's going to be a 1st down. Big play right there, Philly, by Cordell Patterson. Great vision, great cuts, and that's a huge play for Bronco.
Yeah, that was a huge play. It looked like he was going to get tackled for a loss, but he cut it upfield, broke it to the outside, turned it upfield, and just had one man to beat. But it was a huge play, and he's at the 38-yard line. Good opportunity to put some more points on the board.
Well said. And here we go. Again, Bronco in the single back deuce close, one of his base formations right here. As Patterson gets another run, another 1st down right there. Gain of 16 right there, down to the 22. and you see those momentum rise up, enable right there. Let's see if that makes a difference in this game, Philly. Normally, the momentum in the stadiums don't really make too huge of a difference, but for the Falcons, it actually might be a little bit of a difference maker.
Yeah, that's one thing we didn't talk about is that Bronco was actually playing at home, and he's doing a really good job of cutting it upfield instead of trying to force the play to the outside. And he's really in a position to establish that ground game, and that might open up some other things for him later on in the second half.
Yeah, great cut right there. Patterson taking it to the crib like his name was searched for it, and that's TTC to the crib for a touchdown.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no.
I love it.
You don't do that to Snipes. No, you don't. Black Phoenix. You did that to Snipes.
Way to read the room. Way to read the room, brother. Way to read the room. I knew where you were going with it. I love it.
Oh my gosh, you did that to Snipes, but hey, he did his thing though. I can't even front. He did his thing, man. Shout out to my guy about Phoenix, man. Shout out to him. He did his thing on that one, but that was a great play though, Philly.
I mean, I can't think that's going to be a touchdown. That's easy.
And they had you blurted out there for a moment here, but we're good to go now. 1st and 10 here at the 24-yard line. Yo, you guys had talked to absolutely nobody, so apologies. But here we go. Mostert with the tote right here gets down to the 27-yard line. It's going to be a 2nd down and 7.
What kind of trick or treats is this?
I know, right? I know. I'm telling you. Everything's being done on the fly here right now, but hey, we doing a fantastic job here. Incomplete pass right there is going to bring it down to a 3rd down and 7. Here with 2:44 left here in the first half. A tie ball game here, man. This is a fantastic Week 17 game here, guys.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I mean,
I just want to make sure we're talking to people this time.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, let us know.
Anybody could have chimed in right there. Anybody could have chimed in. If you hear me say, guys, anybody could chime in. 3rd down and 7 here at the 27-yard line. Murray coming out here in the gun set. He's got everything spread out. Decides to audible now. Still spread out here, obviously. Spread playbook. And here we go. Murray back. Stays in there, and nothing was open, and a great job on the sack. 4th down and 11, and obviously he's going to go for it here. This is what Dimes does, and I'm sure he has his 4th down playbook coming up here, and here it is. 4th down, he's going to get it here, and he just cleared everybody out, and Raheem Mostert will get a big play right there, and that will be a big-time 1st down. Phoenix.
Yeah, right there. It's nobody home right there. Again, flats wide open. Again, Bronco trying to over-adjust right there. And if you're Bronco right now, that's definitely got to be disheartening, giving up that big play. Could have had the ball back 2 minutes left to go in the half. And just too much over-adjustment by Bronco. Gotta keep it simple against this type of offense.
1st down and 10 here. 2-minute warning. And here comes Isabella. And a nice little carry here by Isabella. Gain of about 6 on the play. 2nd down and 4 coming up here. Philly, what's your play call here on 2nd down and 4 here at the 45-yard line if you are the Arizona Cardinals?
Well, I think based on the options that he has in this playbook right now, he's paying attention to that line. He might run a jet sweep again, might be a play action. He went to the RPO. And basically what we just saw was him attack that gap on the right side of Broncos defense. And he really seems to be trying to mask the cover 3 sky by base aligning.
Right, indeed. So 1st and 10 coming up here now. And Murray trying to make his reads here, hands it off to Mostert. This time met right there at the line of scrimmage, actually loses a yard on the play here, Phoenix. 2nd down and 11 coming up here at the 37.
Yeah, that time going with the RPO zone peak, goes with it's an outside zone run. Unfortunately, not able to get any kind of blocking on that one. But Philly guy, you actually mentioned a great point right there. Again, Bronco trying to disguise his cover 3. Dimes is basically playing a number game. Wherever the nickel slot corner is, that's where he is going to attack the opposite side. And that time right there, as you see right there, RPO zone bubble, nobody home. Dimes is just doing simple math. There's no defenders over there. We're just going where there's space.
That's basically
Yeah, and that's
all
the
it
one
is.
thing that I don't like is that, Bronco, it cost him on that touchdown on that wheel route, and he hasn't made the adjustment. He hasn't flipped his defense, and he needs to match up like that if he wants to stop him here.
So 1st and 10 run there, gets about 9 on the play there with Mostert. So 2nd down and 1, clock is still ticking down here. 27 seconds left, and the clock continuing to tick. And let's see what he does here. And hand it off again, and just again keeping it simple, straight up the middle, and goes down at the 2-yard line. 1st and goal at the 2 here, Phoenix.
Yeah, and this is exactly what I wanted to see in this situation. This right here is going to let me know how serious is Dime going to take Bronco. Normally, Dimes is very cutesy, trying to be flashy down here in the red zone. But when Dimes is serious, he calls some of his best plays right here. It's going to be interesting to see what Dimes decides to call.
And that is called by Ertz, and that is a easy Arizona touchdown. Touchdown.
Oh, we didn't get the TTC that time. Oh man, I was hoping for a little bit more hype on that one. It's all good though. But it's okay. I think me and Phillies kind of stole your thunder a little bit. It's all good.
No, you're good. You're good, guys. You're good. No big deal.
Yeah, that time going with the tie slot open. Again, one of those formations only found in the spread book. Going with Aggie, flat route wide open. Again, Bronco, I'm kind of disappointed in this defense. I'm not going to lie. Even as his crewmate, I'm here to say I'm very disappointed in the way he's playing defense. Not adjusting well to the Dimes' spread.
And spread indeed, because he continues to set the trend here on the spread, man. It's a 2-point conversion, Philly, 22-14. That right there might possibly end it here for Bronco, even if the game is close. That was a fantastic call there by Dimes.
It was definitely a big play, but I agree with Phoenix. You have enough time to know that he's going for 2, and there's no reason for you to have any of your zone depth, if you're going to be playing zone, be anything outside of 0 and 5. So the fact that he didn't just, it's a little disappointing, but again, we don't know if either one of them are pulling their punches because they expect to see each other in the playoffs. So we'll have to see what happens in the second half.
And that's something that I obviously did not even think about. That you guys are absolutely right. The fact that they may possibly be pulling punches here because you know what I mean. You know what, Philly? I got something for you here. I need you, because and I'm sure Black Phoenix knows a little bit. I know he was a little bit in the conversation as well too. But I know the you know what I mean. You don't have to go into full detail, but you know a little bit about Dimes and Bronco.
Yeah, I mean, there really isn't much to tell. They're both competitors. They have a history, and Madden Underground is the best place to settle any beefs that you got with somebody on the field in the game. And so we've been waiting for this matchup. It is the end of the season, and I'm just excited because both of them knew this game was coming. Both of them stepped their games up, and if we're lucky to have them both in the playoffs, then we might be calling this game again with everything on the line. So It's just a great opportunity to see two competitors that have been successful in the first season in the PS5 League being able to showcase their skills right now. And we'll see, just like Phoenix said, who wants it more in the second half.
Indeed. So obviously we're starting this second half here. 8-point lead here now for Dimes. Dimes looking good in this one here so far, but Bronco now having an opportunity here to get something going. 1st and 10 here at the 21-yard line. It's going to have Ritter coming back out here again. This time of a tight set here out of the gun. He's going to audible back here. He likes what he sees, possibly. And going to flip it around and gets a decent run right here. And the blocking just did not work for him there at all, Phoenix. That's going to be a 2nd down and 6.
Yeah, trying to get a little bit, another one of those hard cut mechanics. That's great user right there by Dimes, going with the dive tackle. And again, going with Dollar this time. Came out nickel over last time. This time going more symmetrical with Dollar.
And here comes Patterson. Patterson down to the 24 now. So it's going to be a 3rd down and 7. And these are the downs right here. These 3rd down plays for Bronco Philly. a couple of his calls that he had on third down, not big fans of, but this is a big third down play here for him again, just because he's down by 8, and that's what we're talking about right there. He is running in a crib like his name was search warrant. TTC to the crib for the touchdown.
That was better. There we go. We missed you. Welcome back, Snipes. There we go. There we go. Strong's here. But again, like you mentioned, though, again, as we see a 2-point conversion possibly in oh wow, he just ran him over right there. He needs some milk. You mentioned it right there. You know, getting the third down calls not going well, and this is what I was talking about right here, fellas. When it comes down to putting pressure on Bronco, he goes to this tight end formation, and again, like you mentioned, the third down calls have not been fantastic. That play right there, throwing straight at Simmons, great adjustment by Dimes. And again, this might be early GGs, even though it's still plenty of time left in this game.
Yeah, I got to agree with you. I was disappointed. I mean, he got 4 yards on that first carry, and then he just started attacking that formation in all the wrong ways. Hopefully he can learn from that experience and be a little bit more aggressive. But Dimes is definitely challenging Bronco's ability to recognize what running plays he needs to be calling against this defense, because he's not going to let him pass the ball to the running back out of this.
Yeah, obviously that's the case right there, and it's a pick 6 because of it here. So now 30-14, solid lead now, 16-point lead, and now Broncos going to have no choice but to really force this thing in the air a little bit, and he forced it to the right. The double coverage, and Drake London with a big catch right there. That'll give him a first down. That's a big deal right there for Bronco, but you still got to punch it in the end zone here, Phoenix.
Yeah, and we see the aggressive catch coming into play right there. Buda Baker, as you guys see, light up with that deep out zone, unable to knock the ball out somehow, some way. Drake London getting up there, mossing them. But again, like you mentioned, has to punch it in twice and get 2-point conversions here. Let's see if he can do it.
So a 2-yard loss on the play there is going to bring it down to a 2nd down and 12 here at the 29-yard line. And, man, I mean, Bronco obviously, he wants to keep up here with Dimes. He's going to have to get a 2-point conversion as well, too. So, I mean, he's just giving himself double work here at this point, you know, especially after that pick 6. That's going to hurt him just so bad. But he's going to throw this up here, and that is caught there by Waller. Waller on his way to the 5, down to about the 3. And that's a big play right there for another first down here, Philly.
Yeah, you like to see it. You like to see the user. He clicked on, went up and got it, didn't let the computer decide the outcome of that play. And it just goes back to what you said. He's still got enough time on the clock, but he's at the 3-yard line. He has to punch this in for 6.
So we go 1st and goal now at the 3. He cannot settle for anything less at this point in the ball game. 2:48 left here in the third. Is going to hand it off, tries to cut it inside. He's been doing a lot of that and not actually using the stretch here as he should, but a 2nd down and goal here at the 5. Been cutting it in a lot after trying to call the stretch, but it has not been working for him. But this time, Patterson, he will punch it in yet for another big Bronco touchdown.
Yeah, and that's how I'm going with the 0-1 trap right there against that spinner, one of the more effective runs against this dollar formation. And that time right there, easy blocking, great blocking right there by his offensive line and his receivers, especially by Waller right there, moving him out of the way. And again, 2-point conversions that he's going to need. Let's see if he can punch in the first one.
So now he's going to try the 2-point conversion. And Ritter back for the pass here. Throws in the back of the end zone, but Dimes is right there for it. J.C. Horn on his way. I don't know if Ritter's going to catch him. Trying to get an angle on him. He's still not there yet. Dimes trying to stick and move, and he does make the catch. A good job there, nonetheless, though. And it's, again, he's going to get the ball back, but the damage is done. It's 30-20 here in this one, folks, and Dimes will get the football back here with 2:29 left here in the third quarter, Philly.
Yeah, you know, I'm really curious to see what type of adjustments Bronco makes against this spread, because I have to imagine that they both know the clock is on Dime's side. And a lot of times when Dimes gets up, if he doesn't like you, he's going to put that chew clock on. So Broncos going to have to tighten up here, try to force Dimes to throw the ball downfield, which he doesn't like to do, and give himself an opportunity to get back into this game.
So 2nd down and 9. And yes, I know he's not. I know he's not a 6 Cal Bear. I know that. Thank you. Appreciate it. I do know that. Thank you so much. That's our apologies on that one. 2nd down and 9 here at the 21. And Murray back for the pass here. That's going to be called by Isabella. Isabella will stay in bounds, get the 1st down. It goes out of bounds at the 41-yard line. Big gain right there, Phoenix for him. And that's going to be a 1st and 10.
Yeah, Dimes loving this tight slot open. Again, Isabella on that PA replay, going on that whip route. Again, great user by Dimes, bad tackling by Bronco. And again, it's going to be interesting to see what Dimes decides to do. Looks like he's going back to that double stack formation.
And a 1st and 10 here at the 41. Murray's going to throw that up. Defense cannot get there. And D-Hop with a rocket catch, it looked like. And that's going to be another 1st and 10 here, Philly.
Yeah, as you can see on the replay here, I feel like Bronco waited a little bit too long to click and go get that. He tried to come inside, but the animation was already there. Wasn't able to make the play, but at least he had some defenders over there this time.
1st and 10 here now, and tried to take off and ends up getting nothing on the play there. To do credit Garrett there with the sack, so it's going to be a 2nd down and 10. 23 seconds remaining here in the 3rd quarter. He's going to audible out here. Isabella there in that right side slot. Definitely want to watch out for him. He is a speedster indeed. 10 seconds remaining here in the 3rd. And he's taking his time. Another play action. Isabella right there as we stated. And he will get the 1st down on the play with 2 seconds left here, Phoenix, in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, it looks like the defender had him. Looked like he was playing like a hook curl or a yellow for most man players. Decided to let him go because, again, Broncos over-adjusting for those left side offensive players. That time, Isabella able to go to the flat untouched, uncovered.
So 1st down and 10 now at the 16 as we hit the 4th quarter, folks. And here we go. Murray needs to stop here. And that's a good start here. Only a yard on the play. They actually officially call it no gain. But he was at the 16, now at the 15. But nonetheless, 2nd down and 10, they're going to call it. With 5:40 left here in the game. Bronco definitely needs this win. And it's going to be a 3rd down and 7 coming up here now at the 13-yard line. So I gotta kind of go in here and look a little bit at what's going on as far as the playoff race is concerned. I'm going to do that here in just a moment. I looked at it earlier today, but I gotta go back obviously and I'm gonna look at it again just to verify what needs to be done here with Broncos, so everybody is informed as exactly what has to happen, because this is Week 17. So playoff spots are important and imperative in this one, and that's going to be a overthrown ball right there. It's going to bring it now to a 4th down and 7. 4th down here, Philly. What are you calling here on 4th down?
Well, I mean, if I'm Dimes, I'm going for it. I've got a 2-score lead. I've got the clock on my side, and this can definitely be GG's in the chat if he's able to convert here, because he doesn't need to get a touchdown. He just needs to get a 1st down.
And that is going to be caught by D-Hop. He'll get the 1st, and Dimes is making it look easy here, Phoenix. 1st and goal now at the 2-yard line.
Yeah, you see him go to that trio offset weak, one of his base formations right there. At that time, DeAndre Hopkins able to go right behind the defender into space, and that's going to be a 1st down like Philly alluded to. And again, if you're Dimes right here, you don't need to rush it right here. You can just shoot the clock out and go get a touchdown.
He could definitely shoot a clock out here, but looks like he's going to rush it. He wants to punch his thing in here once again and keep those stat pad and stats up there. 2nd and goal here at the 1. And this time he's spreading everybody out here, and that should be easy. Wow, what a play right there for Dimes, and he will punch in probably more than likely a game-winning touchdown. Touchdown.
Yeah, decided to go with the gun monster. Again, this nickel over is not it against this spread formation. Again, going to where there's no defenders in space right there. At that time, going with RPO zone alert. That time, the receiver right there, just easy touchdown right there. Nobody home, nobody to block him, and yeah, it's too easy for Dimes.
I gotta say at this point, GG's. Philly, what you say?
You know what? I mean, I did pick Dimes to win. I think what's concerning to me is the fact that Bronco is having a lot of difficulty in understanding the spread concepts. He's been playing on the linebackers. He's been playing on the safeties. You know, he really needs to practice understanding what it means when you have multiple receivers on the same side of the field and either playing there yourself or picking the right coverage to take away some of the easy reads that we've seen Dime have to make in this game.
Yeah, this is definitely a tough game here for Bronco, and you know, Dime's obviously cementing his playoff spot pretty much, especially after getting more than likely getting a win here in this one. 2nd down and 12. Dime's bringing everybody in the box. London in motion. And Ritter back for the pass, gets a quick catch right there, and that's going to bring it now to a 3rd down. 8, going to come out in a no huddle now. Again, I like it. You know, I love what Dimes is doing. You know what I mean? Especially on the defensive side here, Phoenix. I love what Dimes is doing right now. He's just going to give at this point, I feel like he's just going to give Bronco whatever he wants, except anything deep to get a quick score. He's going to give him whatever he wants at this point. That's how Dimes will typically play here, and he didn't give him anything there at all. Big loss on the play right there, Phoenix. 4th down to 17 coming up here now for Bronco.
Yeah, nothing cheap, nothing deep. I mean, that's pretty much what you have to do. Again, you're up 17. No need to send any kind of pressure. Just send forward, which has been getting the job done. And again, mixing up the coverage so that way Bronco doesn't have an easy, clean read down the field. And again, if you're Dimes, you feel good about yourself. I kind of expect one of those little gifts that pop up in the chat, you know, sometimes when he wins. Again, in this particular matchup against Broncos. So let's see how the rest of the league kind of responds to that. That'll be very interesting to see after this game.
Yeah, I think at this point you may as well get the Steph Curry gifts out there right now and put him to sleep, because looks like this is pretty much going to be a done deal with 2:10 left in this ball game here. 17-point lead here for Dimes, and this is one here, Philly, that we honestly don't have to call divine intervention here for Dimes.
And no, he's fortunate, but I think he's played long enough to know that when he gets to the playoffs, he's needed divine intervention to pull off some of the greatest upsets, as we see him drive the ball down the field, broken up. Again, excellent coverage downfield by Bronco. But, I mean, that's why we're talking about it, because we've seen it happen so many times in the playoffs, that divine intervention.
Yep, indeed. Cal Bear, big shout out to you, brother, man. Thank you for letting everybody know exactly what is going on here with the playoffs, because I'm doing production stuff here right now. I really can't even look like I want to. But a 2nd down and 10 here as we get ready to hit the 2-minute warning. And Murray's going to throw that outside there to Isabella. He'll get another 1st down. 2 minutes left. 17-point game, Phoenix. And it looks like GG's.
Oh, yeah. It's definitely been GG's for sure. And again, Bronco not doing the best job of adjusting as we get some more ads right there. Shout out to Affleck and Nick Saban and the Affleck duck right there, and Deion Sanders.
No Affleck here.
But yeah, man, it's been GG's. Broncos is not able to adjust the dimes and spread offense. I mean, we've seen it time and time again, coming out in cover 3, trying to base the line and trying to man people up, over adjusting, giving up huge plays underneath. Again, just not the greatest defensive showing by Bronco. A little bit disappointed from as a teammate.
Yeah, indeed. Philly, what you thinking about this game so far? Obviously, we pretty much know it's a done deal, man. But you know, I guess we could kind of talk a little bit, and I'll talk to both you guys in regards to this as well too. But we'll start with Philly on this one. When we talk about the playoffs, obviously, Dimes is going to make it. You expect Dimes to be at least in the NFC Championship game?
Well, honestly, it really depends on what the matchups are. You know, from what we've seen with the game of the weeks, We've seen Illuminati. We've seen Cal Bear. We know they're on the AFC side. But we haven't seen all the teams that are going to be representing on the NFC side. And I think it's only fair to them to give them the respect they deserve. They can possibly have an opportunity to knock him off. Again, I don't know what his success rate has been against the teams that he's going to be playing on the NFC side. But you have to respect everybody because you know what? Any given Sunday, anybody can win. And I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people that are going to be dialed in and trying to give Dimes their best shot.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I agree 1,000% with that one. They're definitely going to be giving him, his best shot indeed. But I'm going to tell you what, with Dimes' offense, man, again, I believe if I'm not mistaken, they're as far as points are concerned, they average about 35 points a game with this offense. So they're going to be a potent team to stop in the NFC side of the playoffs, man. They're going to be a tough team to deal with. But then on top of that, too, we talk about the offense here, Phoenix, of the Cardinals. But their defense, man, they're top 5, man. They're top 5 defense. So when you got a potent offense the way he does, and then have a top 5 defense as well, too, he's going to be a problem to beat in the playoffs, Phoenix.
Yeah, and again, you mentioned it right there. Again, speed on offense, potent defense as well. J.J. Watt, Buda Baker, not playing the free safety or strong safety positions, but at corner with that inside shade and deep out. It's going to be interesting to see how people adjust to Dimes. Again, what he wants to do on defense. And speaking of defense right there, great interception.
Exactly.
But
exactly.
It's like kind of Philly mentioned again. Everybody's going to give him his best shot. Everybody knows in Madden Underground what Dimes is capable of and what Dimes is all about. And I even talked to Brian James earlier, and Dimes is kind of like that villain. He's kind of like that villain that everybody wants to give his best shot. Everybody wants to see him lose.
Yep.
So it's going to be interesting to see. Does everybody give him his actual best or their best shot against him, and what strategies are they going to employ to stop Dimes completely?
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be something to work with, man. Here indeed, man. I'm gonna tell you what, but right now, man, obviously, the Cardinals again, they're about to be 12-4. Right now, the Cardinals are the 6th seed. Okay, so keep that in mind as well too. They're the 6th seed right now. They may move up to the 5th seed. I'm not sure if Washington won their game or not. Matter of fact, I think they lost to the Browns. So I think they lost to the Browns. So Washington, I'm not sure if they will maintain. As a matter of fact, I think Washington will move down now to the 6th seed, and Arizona will be the 5th seed now. So we're going to see what's going to happen, man. Obviously, the Cowboys right now, they are still undefeated. They're doing work. The Cowboys in the NFC, he is doing work here, man. He is 16-0. He is playing solid football. Here in the PS5 MU League. He is playing solid football. He got a victory against...
That's crazy and nobody's talking about him either.
Yeah, I know. That's a crazy thing. That's B. James right there. People are not talking about this guy, and he is 16-0. And
He's balling.
Yeah, and that's the thing, guys. That's the thing is, like, we talk about Dimes. You know what I'm saying? We talk about Dimes and what Dimes is doing. We talk about what all these other guys are doing. But, man, we are not discussing the Dallas Cowboys. We're not even discussing the Rams as well. We're not discussing the Rams either. They're 2 seed, on the NFC side. You know what I mean?
Are the Commanders?
Or the the Commanders I just talked about, they just lost by 3. They just lost by 3. So, you know what I mean? As Hopkins gets another touchdown here. But, this is going to be one of the and B. James, I'm gonna ask you this right here. What do you think these playoffs are going to be like, man, coming up here? Because the playoffs are starting Wednesday, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, Wednesday. All the playoff games are going to be good. All the playoff games are going to be good. There's not going to be any bad playoff games.
Oh man, I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna tell you what, man. These
heavyweight bouts, all the way through on both sides of the bracket.
Yeah. I think they're gonna be. I think these playoffs, man, are gonna be special, man, because that's the final game of the week that we have here for this season. All right, so that's the final game of the week. So we're gonna be all playoffs beginning on Wednesday. Here on Madden Underground. So, listen, I'm Philly. I know you probably haven't looked at the stats and everything just yet, but let me just break it down, okay? Let me break it down to you with Fetty. And again, Fetty is 16-0 right now with the Dallas Cowboys. He's undefeated, unblemished. Just got a big win, 58-14 against the Titans. I ain't gonna say who owns the Titans, but big up
Brian
again.
James.
Hit. You ain't have to say it.
Final answer.
But you ain't have to say it. But
I don't need to phone a friend. Brian James.
58 to 14. 58 to 14. He got a big win here this week. But I'll say this, man, about it. He's been just beasting across the board. This guy has been just dominating people. And he's got the top ranked offense. He's got the top ranked defense. And nobody's talking about him.
It's just nobody's. Everybody's talking about him. Everybody's aware of Fetty. Fetty is balling right now. Fetty's probably. Yeah. I want to see. I think Fetty can honestly win the whole thing. In my opinion, after playing him, seeing him firsthand, and things like that, he runs the ball. He can pass the ball. He has a balanced attack. Defensively, he doesn't give up or allow too much on passing or running. Great user skills.
Yep.
Fetty's the favorite for a reason. He's undefeated for a reason.
Yep.
You can't ignore that.
Agreed. I think some of his closest games that he's had, and I'm just looking at a couple of them here. Week 1, obviously starting up, it was only a 10-point game, and then he was starting to blow people out, man. 49-7, 42-7, 45-28. I mean, just putting, again, averaging 38 points a game. All right, and then his defense only giving up a total average of only 15 points a game, Philly. Only 15 points a game for the defense. Top-ranked defense. And it takes that, obviously, to win championships, and especially against a guy like Dimes, for example. Again, it's going to be so crazy when these playoffs hit, man. And he's definitely going to be a guy that you're going to have to really sit back and watch. I just hope that he doesn't get to the playoffs and then lose that first game, because we see that so much, man. We see that so much.
Well, you know what? You can look at it like that, but I'll say this. I will say that credit, you got to give credit where credit is due. And I know we're going to talk about playoff matchups on Wednesday, when we do our podcast. But I will also say that there's a big difference between being the hunted and being the hunter. And so Fetty is going to have an opportunity. And he's battle tested, don't get me wrong, but he's going to have an opportunity for everybody to be gunning for him, because they want to be the one to knock him off that perch, and they want to be the one to say, yeah, he was 16-0, but.
Yeah.
And so, Fetty, I feel like Fetty's going to be ready. Again, we don't know what the matchups are going to be just yet, but I think when we end up talking about it on the show, I think it's not going to be a surprise to anybody. Yeah. If he ends up representing the NFC, it's not going to be a surprise to anybody if he ends up winning the Super Bowl. I think the biggest surprise is going to be all the other teams that are going to be trying to position themselves to try to knock him off, because you can't worry about Fetty. Fetty got a bye week. Yeah. Fetty's chilling. He's sitting back. He's watching games. He's taking notes. You know what I'm saying? He'll be ready for you too. Yeah. So right now, everybody else needs to focus on that game that's in front of them, because if you're trying to look ahead and you're worried about what Fetty's doing, you ain't even going to be around to be part of that conversation. So we're going to see. We're going to see.
I hear you. So I'll tell you what, man. I'll tell you what. That loss, though, too, and we obviously talked about Dimes a little bit here, getting a big win here today. But that loss today for the Falcons, Phoenix, it's looking a little bleak for them right now, for the Falcons, man, even making the postseason. It's looking a little bleak for them right now.
Yeah, again, Bronco came into this pretty much had to win it, and again, losing this game against Dimes doesn't help your cause at all. Again, week 17, anything can happen, like you said, any given Sunday. So to not win this game against Dimes, to kind of have a poor showing on defense, especially considering the history between these two, I wouldn't want to leave it up to fate, if I could control it. So again, we'll see what happens. when the playoffs matchups come around. But again, if you're Bronco right now and somebody else takes your spot, you're going to be looking at this game and saying, man, I could have won that one. I could have controlled my own fate at that point.
Yeah, indeed. And I think right now after that loss, I think if I'm not mistaken, he's 9-7 now. The Falcons, I think they're 9-7 now. So I think they still have a 1-game lead over Tampa Bay. I think they still currently have a 1-game lead over Big Duke. So Big Duke it's real close right now for him. So we'll see what happens, with the final game of the season, that's going to be getting ready to come up, man. But man, another great game of the week in the books. We're going to be, and you guys have already heard here first, beginning on Wednesday, the playoffs will start taking place here. We will have some games here, obviously. And I know some broadcasts, B. James broadcast is going to be going on as well too for the podcast, right? We're going to be doing a game for that, correct?
The podcast will be the pregame.
Okay.
So basically we podcast pregame, running into the game.
Okay.
Whatever wild card games we have lined up for that day. So
okay, perfect. And obviously, you guys at pregame, you guys will know exactly what the lineups are going to be for for these playoffs and everything. So guys, get ready for some Madden Underground playoffs, man. I'm definitely looking forward to it, man. I can't wait to make some calls on these things. I know Phoenix can't wait either, and neither can Philly, man. And B. James, he gonna be on some calls. B. James gonna be on some daggone calls, man. He gonna be on some calls. He ain't gonna be putting us to work and then sitting in the background. He ain't gonna keep doing that. But look, guys, we gonna get on out of here, man. You guys take care. Be blessed. Another great matchup here today. And Dimes comes through with a big victory here and pretty much cementing the playoff spot here. Whether the seeding, we'll find out exactly when that is come Wednesday. And then obviously week 18, final games coming up for the first season to be in the books. So for my guy, B. James, who's in the background, my guy, Philly guy, and my man, Black Phoenix, I'm your boy, Snipes. We're going to get on out of here. We will catch you guys in the next one, y'all. Slide, folks.